Well, this is Jared with Stampede Blue, and this is your Indianapolis Colts post-game wrap. The Colts beat the Jaguars at home today, 23-17. They're now 5-5 in the 2021 regular season, 3-3 at home. Jacksonville's 0-4 on the road, 2-7 overall. Now, for the Jags, Trevor Lawrence, 16 for 35, 162 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 3 sacks. Did not have a great day. Location is a problem here. A lot of times when you're a young NFL quarterback, the real struggle is knowledge of the offensive system you're in, plus the week to week adjustments that you make to your opponent. And it's one thing to have, again, I've said this before, a working knowledge of the offense. It's a whole nother thing to have encyclopedic um, whatever you want to, whatever fancy words you want to dress up, your knowledge of the playbook, and then the adjustments that you make week to week. Trevor Lawrence today, uh, it's not for being in the right spot. He's putting the ball on the right player, just bad location, resulting in an average completion percentage and 17 points, kind of like the Colts earlier this year. Carson Wentz, on the other hand, 22 for 34, 180 yards. He was sacked once. Did not have a great day. He was due to have a down day. He'd been playing some hero ball. Uh, it's, it's okay to have an okay day when you win. So he just had an okay day. Um, but yeah, the cornerstones for the Colts are Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman Jr. And Jonathan Taylor had 21 carries for 116 yards and a touchdown. Got him started off, and again, I think he's a guy that needs more rushes, and they need to stop trying to be creative about it. Because one of the things I noticed is he had 6 catches, I think. He had 6 catches today for like 10 yards. He's just a really effective downhill runner, and Naheem Hines is your receiver that does something with the ball. So it's the play calling that's really bothering me, and it's really keeping games that shouldn't be close. Um, One of the things that I don't like is when you go back to back to a guy that just ripped off a big run, right? So I think of every player, they have like a meter, right? And right after they rip off a big run, they aren't quite 100%. Maybe we should go to another player, right? And all too often, I feel like it's like a lost play, where Jonathan Taylor will rip off a big run, and they'll line up and rush him again, and the defense just stuffs that. And you're like, it was just like giving them the defensive play. So anyway, one of the things that you'll notice is week to week, Michael Pittman 5 catches, 71 yards. Just really efficient offensive football out of the young sort of cornerstones of the offensive foundational pieces of your offensive system for the Colts, and really the Colts defense bailed the Colts out. Only first of all, only allowing 17 points is awesome. And then again, I guess it's not terrible um, in a week when the Washington football team just beat the Bucks. The Titans barely hung on against the Saints, playing who knows who at quarterback. So yeah, a lot of uh, the comments that I've gotten in prior content is that I'm not like I don't want the Colts to win. And that's simply not the case. I love the Colts, want to see them win, and want to see them run a better offense and have more than, oh, I mean, they had less than 300 yards of offense today. So it's just something to think about. You didn't turn the ball over. Uh, you didn't force turnovers. Didn't generate enough of a pass rush. People are still going to complain about that until that gets rectified. But the Lions and Steelers are in overtime. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of games that were games today that shouldn't have been games, and the Colts got in one of them. But like I said, if there's ever a day to have like a middling day, it's when you're playing against a middling to poor football team, and that's typically games Colts. The Colts have lost games just like this in the past, so still haven't beat good teams, but are managing to hold off bad teams, and I guess that says something. It is a division win. It probably moves the Colts a little closer to being in what we would call like wild card contention. Um, but yeah, this has been Jared with Stampede Blue. This is your Indianapolis Colts post game wrap. Happy holidays, everybody. Um, enjoy the rest of the games this week. And we'll see you after next week's game. A new Cultist podcast coming out midweek.